Coach, thank you. Well, you folks at home can see the evidence. Snow and supposedly a few inches yet to fall here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 29, Cousins lets it fly for Thielen, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Quit talking about it. Let him bring it. I know, he's easy. 53's a mark. 53, check. Hey, Wood.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. And they give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 22-yard line.
Go. Waiting. Rip right.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I don't see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here's Jones. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
He's got Smith here. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On third down, Cousins going deep for Diggs. And it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
At the 21-yard line.
Here we go. 180. I smell fear in that offense.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wentz. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here we go. Pac-Man. Waiting. Come on, D.
They'll run on first down. Hogan. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That good for 19 and a first down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 27 yards there, a first down. Far 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. To throw is Wentz. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
50 yards. And the Vikings first down.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A first carry for Amir Abdullah. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Watch the shit. Here we go. Watch the shit. Oh, my God.
On second down now, it's Cook.
Let's go.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On first down, Abdullah. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 6-0 our score after one.
Ready? Let's go, B. Let's go. Let's get there.
On second down, it's Cook. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
On second down now, it's Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They start on the ground here at Sanders. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Here we go. Waiting. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Aguilar has it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there he knew where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. On play action, Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a first down on a gain of 10. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
On first down, Cook. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Sidney Jones in on the stop. It's a gain of 7.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on 2nd and 3, Cousins. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Okay, it's time for me to break out my thesaurus for that one. And I don't have anything. That was amazing. One-handed in this weather. I mean, you know the ball's got to be slick. But to be able to catch it and come down with it, what do they call that? The process of the catch? He completed it all the way through.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
The Vikings first down.
They run again on first down. Cook. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Coming, baby, I'm coming. Hey, echo. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Okay,
They go play action. Cousins going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey. 53 is the mic. 53. Check 53. Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. Yellow. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Let's get it together. Hey, box truck. Spot. Leave it. Bring up 48. Yo.
From the gun, here's Cousins. He's going to let this go for the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Martavis Bryant, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. After the sack on first down, Wentz forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Go. 180. That's what I do. Here we go.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. And it's incomplete. It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Great 15.
Throwing is Wentz. steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Front that has socked much of the East Coast, not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hogan. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. Now Wentz on third down. And that's complete to Sanders. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, Cousins. And he slings one that's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Going deep for Diggs. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
We've got plenty of weather here today. We've got some snow going on, and they've come out of a dome. And there have been two ways of getting ready for this. Some have said, don't worry about the weather. Just practice in your normal conditions and handle it on game day. And others have said, find some weather, find some conditions somewhere, and try and get ready. What do you think?
Well, whatever the preparation there, the snow causing the fumble. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Eagles' 47-yard line.
Shahad, 180. Check 53. Who that? Through. 53.
Cousins to throw it this time. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here we go. Waiting. I'm going to come back to you.
On 2nd and 9. Wentz throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved a first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
And we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Shahad, 180.
Check 53. In your face.
Working 50. You got that.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Cook. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. On 2nd down, it's Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but it can't.
This time the defense stepped up, and what's been so far a tough game for them. Now Cousins. And that's caught by Smith. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
I know he ain't got it. Shoot.
Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how
pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. To throw, it's Wentz. He's going to launch this thing. Wait. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. He's at the 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. 93 yards as his guys are back within a single score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Cook. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. A second down run for Abdullah. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring it up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 17-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield, we've run it every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
Throwing, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. To throw is Cousins. And this one complete to Smith. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A 1st down throw for Cousins. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Brandon Graham make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. On play action, Cousins. And he's going to go down again. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Third and long for Cousins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find the place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's back to throw. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Wentz going to go on 4th down. Completes it to Aguilar. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough. And these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
They'll look to throw. And he connects with Ertz. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Wentz. The Sanders has got it complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
It's 4th down.
They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down. One final try now for Wentz. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.